Okay, so we're gonna try something new here, and what I've got is a potato. And don't shame me because I bought this pre-wrapped microwave potato. I didn't need a whole bag of potatoes; they would just go bad if I left them in the house. So I bought this little individual one, which is a great thing to do when you're camping. I'm gonna slice that up. I'm gonna throw in a little white onion because who doesn't love onion? And then I'm gonna throw in some bacon I've got, which is starting to thaw out. I threw it in the cooler frozen, and I probably should have pulled it out a little earlier. And then I'm going to throw this all in the pie iron with a piece of cheese. I think I've got some sharp cheddar in the cooler, and we're going to make this loaded sliced potato masterpiece in the pie iron. So I think this is going to be great. Let's. All right, so I've got my pie iron XL. I'm gonna put some oil in it. Now, there's also gonna be bacon in this, so I think hopefully the bacon fat will render into it and make everything just crispy and delicious. But let's get started with this. I'll start by putting a little oil in the pie iron. Oh, that should be plenty in there. I'll make sure that gets to all the corners there, and I'll start cutting up my ingredients. All right, so we'll start with my potato here. Who doesn't love a potato, right? Now, I love these potatoes because they're individually wrapped, right? It's perfect. It's everything I need here. So I'm just gonna slice this up, because I want it to stick together. I want it to make almost like a little pie iron hot pocket with the potato pieces and the onion and the bacon and the cheese. And I think what I'm gonna have to do with this is actually let it heat up a little bit on the grate as it's cooking, to get the potatoes started before I start trying to brown them and crisp them up. And I'll probably have to cut some of these in half because it's a pretty good sized potato. Oh, that looks great. Let's go ahead and cut these in half. And I might have too much potato, but that's okay. I can just dispose of the rest. I'm not going to need them here on this camp out. There we go. And there is our potato. Now let's get this glorious onion. I love white onion. So it's always nice to be able to hit the grocery store and grab some of this. I might use the rest of this throughout the weekend as I'm making other things. But right now, I don't need to worry about that. I do have some extra Ziploc bags that I can put my leftover onion in and put it in the cooler without stinking up the cooler, right? Like I said, I love onion. So I'm gonna do a couple nice big slices there. Throw that in my Ziploc bag. And then this I'm gonna cut into probably fourths. Right? It's all guesswork here. I mean, come on. We're all just trying stuff new. Now, the other thing I've got is some bacon. And like I said, this bacon is a little frozen. What I'll do when I'm getting bacon for camping is I'll buy a bag and then I will cut it in half and freeze it. That way I've got just half pieces of bacon for my outing. Take a few pieces here. We're going to cut this up. So we got bacon, we got potatoes, we got all the good stuff here. All right, so let's start loading this up. I'm gonna put some bacon here on the bottom, just to get that nice and crispy. We're gonna throw in a layer of potatoes. Nothing scientific here. There are no recipes involved. We'll take some onions, throw those in there. You can never have too much onion. A little more bacon. This is the Pie Iron XL, so there's plenty of room for a lot of goodies in here. Did I mention I like onion? Gotta have lots of onion in this thing. And then we'll throw in some more potatoes. Can't forget the cheese, right? And what I'm using for cheese is just a standard cheese stick here, right? Nothing fancy. This stuff is so good. Gotta pay the cheese tax. Oh, that's good. Oh, I love cheese. I absolutely love cheese. Don't worry, we're gonna put more in there. I feel like I might have skimped out on the cheese a little bit. Now, before I get too far, I'm gonna add some spice to this. And what I have here is, this is some flat iron spice. And this, I believe, is the ghost pepper garlic. I've got it in a little GSI grinder. This has got some good spice. Wow, I can smell it as I'm grinding it up here. Oh, that's gonna add some heat to that. Throw in another piece of cheese. I'll get the rest of the bacon on here. And I'm hoping as I slow cook this that the bacon renders down, adds to the ability to get this nice and crispy. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of onion in there. Somebody's honking their horn. Wow, and I've got a lot of potato here. I probably didn't need this much potato, but that's okay. Maybe I'll make two. I don't know, we'll see. All right, that looks perfect. I am going to put a little oil on top of it, just so there's enough to where things don't stick. I have a tendency to have things stick. I'm gonna add a little more spice to that. All right, let's get the rest of the pie iron on. Please don't judge me. My pie iron apparently has got some little rust on it. That's okay. It's all right. We'll get that all cleaned off in the fire here and get this thing just pressured into that. As you can see, I've got it in there. It's almost closed, and it's going to close more as it heats up and things start to render down. So let's go ahead and get this on the fire as I'm dripping oil everywhere, luckily on my cutting board, and get this to start cooking. So I'm going to do this just low and slow for starts, so I can get those potatoes cooked and I can get that bacon fat all melted in there and get things cooking up. Oh, it's bubbling. Oh, that's a good sound right there. That oil and bacon fat. It's getting hot. All right, let's see where we're at here. I flipped it a few times. Take a look inside. Oh no, that still needs a lot more time. I think though, I might be a little more aggressive putting it towards the flame. Get it to brown up. All right, I moved it a little bit more into the fire because the last time I opened it, I almost lost all my potatoes. Oh, and there's still still pretty oily and greasy in there, so that's good. They're not burning yet. All right, let's go see what Billy's got going on over here. Billy's doing some Mountain House, but what's impressive is Billy is using the Simple Theory gear stove with the gas mod to where it's running off isobutane, which is impressive because he did this setup because I did a video on this exact same mod, which I'll put a link up here if you want to see how it's done, but it's a really cool setup. Very nice. He's got the old Stanley Cup on there. Probably one of everybody's favorite pieces of gear. If you don't have one of these, you can find them pretty cheap, and they are great little setups. Great cups for cooking, great cups for boiling water, whether you're over a fire or you're using a stove like this. All right, let's take a look at this thing. I moved it further over the fire. Oh, I think it's sticking a little to the top. Well, that happens sometimes, but it's probably close to being ready. And I don't expect it to be, you know, the perfect pie iron sandwich, because I'm just gonna eat it on my plate. The important thing is that it's cooked and it's delicious. All right, last time I checked, it was looking like it was about done. It's sticking and the potatoes look good, and it doesn't need to look pretty. It just needs to be good. Let's take this back over to my table, get it plated up. The advantage of having an aluminum table and aircraft overhead is that I should be able to get this out pretty easily using my awesome pie iron tool here to get anything that's stuck. And it's actually not that bad. I mean, it's bad, but it's not that bad. I mean, if you look at the top, right, there's a few things on there, but that's okay. Look at that. That looks damn good. You got bacon in there and potatoes, everything. Oh, and it just fell out. Look at that. You can't beat that. Oh, that looks delicious. All right, well, I made a mess on my table, but that's all right. I can clean that up. Let's give this a try. Oh, look at that. I got bacon, I got cheese on there, I got everything on there. Oh, it's hot. Holy crap, it's hot. Oh, that's good. That is delicious. Look at that. I mean, the potatoes are a little charred, but they're crispy, which is what you want. And still in the middle, the potatoes are just steamy warm. And bacon and the onions. Let me get some of that onion in there. Look at that. Oh, that's good. We're gonna call this pie iron potato surprise because it's really good and it's surprisingly good. So it's got a really good flavor. The spice on it is great, and everything is just nice and hot and delicious. Oh, it's good. I love doing this pie iron stuff. If you have any crazy ideas you want to see me try in a pie iron, I would be more than happy to do that. And right now I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this. But if you like this type of thing, make sure you like this video. And if you want to see more of this stuff, make sure you subscribe to my channel. That's the best way to be notified if I've got new content coming out. Oh, that's good. That was a really crunchy one. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you in the next video.